Hello, friends. Today, we sneak through swamps, swing from shadows, and learn how the South turned the war into one big, muddy, musket-blazing game of hide-and-seek. Welcome to the Carolinas, where redcoats marched in, expecting gentlemen's duels, and found instead the ghost, the swamp fox, and a very bad time. It all kicks off after the British shift their strategy. They figure the South is full of loyalists, easy pickings. Spoiler, it isn't. As soon as they take cities like Savannah and Charleston, the countryside lights up in rebellion. And who leads the charge? Not polished generals in gleaming coats, but scrappy, slippery men with names that sound like tavern tales. Francis Marion, Thomas Sumter, Andrew Pickens. Let's start with Francis Marion, better known as the Swamp Fox. This guy moved like fog, struck like lightning, and vanished like your last biscuit at a soldier's camp. The British chased him through marshes, only to find empty shadows and mocking footprints. Then there's Thomas the Gamecock Sumter, whose fighting style was less fox and more angry rooster. Furious, relentless, feathers optional. Sumter led ambushes, raided supply lines, and pecked at British control like a rooster with a grudge. These fighters weren't formally trained. They were farmers, hunters, blacksmiths, people who knew their land better than the invaders ever could. They'd shoot from behind trees, vanish into forests, and pop up miles away with that classic rebel smirk. And if the British thought they were dealing with rebels, they hadn't met the backcountry women. These ladies smuggled messages in aprons, hid weapons under laundry, and sometimes flat-out clocked redcoats with frying pans. True heroism comes pre-seasoned. But make no mistake, this wasn't all tricks and giggles. The South was brutal. Raids were followed by retaliation. Neighbors turned on each other. The lines between patriot, loyalist, and just plain angry got blurred. It was a guerrilla war, yes, but it was also civil war, one that burned homes, split families, and left scars no treaty could heal. Still, through the fire and fog, the patriots held fast. Every ambush, every supply raid, every whispered message kept the cause alive. And slowly, the British realized they couldn't control what they couldn't catch. By the time General Cornwallis tried to pull the South back under his boot, he found it slippery, angry, and entirely on fire. Not literally, though sometimes that too. And here's where things get cheeky. You see, the British Navy expected to dominate the coast using their mighty fleet, but rebels had other ideas. Some turned their fishing boats into warships. Some called themselves privateers, freelance pirates with a patriot license to plunder. Suddenly, British ships weren't safe anywhere. That, dear friends, is a story soaked in salt, smoke, and stolen sugar. So next time, grab your compass and brace yourself. We're headed out to sea. Up next, Episode 18, The War at Sea, Privateers and Patriots, where waves crash, cannons roar, and liberty flies on sails.